What's up, folks? So now we're gonna have a look at my stiletto snake, and boy, are they different than regular snakes. Let's have a peek. All right. Well, it's just changing his water and stuff. This is a little transport tote, and I gotta put some of his paper down. But while we're here, let's just see if we can take a peek at them. I'll take them out, but just look at how different they are. Everything about them is just completely different. The way they point their nose down. Excuse me. Now, a cobra, they would, of course, they'd lift their head up. They'd hold up. See that. That's a threat display. Right? Now, well, why would that be a threat display? It's almost more of a like getting ready to attack posture than to a threat display. Because why would someone be threatened by that? It's not like animals know that's a threat. They don't know how they strike. That's a thing with them. So the fangs shoot out sideways, right? They can shoot out sideways. Think about that. So a lot of people try to trap snakes and pin them behind their head. With these snakes, that's a very bad idea because there's no way to do that. So they'll just shoot the fangs into you. And unfortunately, they do resemble mole snakes a bit. So people will, grab at them, and it doesn't work out well for them. And then the snakes get a terrible reputation. But it's certainly not their fault. They're not doing anything. They're just being stiletto snakes. That's just what they are. Now, if you look at this guy, you can see he has these bumps, right? Let me see. Now, can you see the bumps? Now, they could be nematodes. It could be fatty deposits. It could be cancer. I doubt that. It probably is an attack from a cat. At least that's what my buddy says, Sean West, who's from Africa and works with them, and he's seen other stiletto snakes that were attacked by a cat. So that didn't occur to me, but now that I looked at it that way, it does seem like it's totally possible. So what do you say we take him out a little bit and see what he has to say? He was out a bit before, so I don't want to trip him out, I just want to keep him calm, but I do want to show you how he moves. You see how they put the nose down like that? That's so that they can go sideways, and the switchblades come out the sides. So just think of someone that has a mustache, right? One of those long mustaches, and they can turn into these sideways blades. And by the way, he likes to stab me with his tail when I hold him, so they have that too, much like, Cobra. See that? When he puts his nose down? It's okay, buddy. It's okay. Come here, sweetie. My goal is just for now to keep him calm. I've held him a few times, but it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. I'm not trying to get to a certain point of free handling with him. That's not the goal at all. The goal is to have him just, feel better. So you can see right now, with his nose like that, that's not good. That's not a sign of feeling better, but at least he's not running away. So he, I guess, is telling me, or he's just getting ready to show that he can just turn his head sideways as if he's saying no, and then, boom, Jeff is toast. And it probably wouldn't kill me, not that I don't have that coming, but it seems like most everybody that gets nailed by them loses that appendage, whatever they strike. So probably best to avoid. But, you don't want to avoid it. See how they sort of push down, the opposite of a cobra? And notice like he saw my foot and didn't go after it. They don't do that. That's just not what they do. I just want to move it for him. So he's looking for somewhere to hide. Well, a snake, that's fossorial. It means that they burrow. So like a Cerastes, like a Saharan horned viper and all those guys. That's what they want to do too. But they're not like this. These guys aren't like anybody, really. Just look at how he moves. He's so beautiful. And you can also see how the tail looks it's hard for me, I got a bad arm. His tail looks a little bit like his head. So that's another problem that people have. They mistake one end for the other. Let me see if I can get you some zoom. They mistake one end for the other. But as you can see, they have a very unique way of moving. Everything about them is different. So I've been messing with them a lot, just trying to feel my way to his sort of level of understanding so I could sort of, get somewhere with him. But I don't want to scare him. That's the most important thing at first, just to understand before you sort of take a stand and do something stupid. So that's far outside my realm of expertise. But I do like to watch him, and when they come towards you, that does not bother me. I know that a snake coming towards me isn't going to chase me and attack me. They don't do that. And the funny thing is, my hand would have to be actually on the outside of the hook for him to get me. Is the snake okay? Yeah, snake's fine. Is it venomous? It's extremely venomous. He's fine, but he has these bumps that do concern me, but there's nothing I can do. It seems like he was attacked by a cat. He's wild caught, and it seems like a cat got him. So I've been looking at pictures of other stiletto snakes that got nailed by cats in Africa, and does look like it looks more like that than a nematode or a cancer or anything of that nature. So you can see he's just trying to hide. He wants to burrow, but he's really very nice. They're shy, and you don't want to take that the wrong way, and you don't want to think that they're aggressive. But the truth is that he does sort of swerve at me, like he will sort of go for me, but only because he's terrified. You gotta understand, he's wild caught. Suddenly he's in captivity. That's all new. Suddenly he's in this place with this weird man, and that's very odd for him. He has no idea what's going on, and so of course he's scared. He's not attacking her. What's the name? This is a stiletto snake. They call him that because it's like the stupidest name, but stilettos, like high heels. There's so many things that are straight. Of all things, why'd they pick a stiletto? But like just think if a guy's got a mustache, one of those long mustaches, and imagine those sides could just shoot out like they're switchblades. That's essentially how it works. Everything about them is different. When they're scared, they point their nose down into the ground. I don't want to scare him, but sometimes he just does it if I stop him. Well, he's not going to do it now. That's good, actually. And they're from Southern Africa. I have held him, but I don't hold him from behind his head, because if he were to bite, that would just make it too easy. I have a phone in one hand, you see, and a hook in the other, so I don't want to hold him from the ground. I could sort of show you how one can do it. If he's on the ground, I don't want to scare him, as long as we can do this in a calm way. Let me see what he wants here. You can, I really shouldn't say that one should hold him. No one should hold him. But can you? The truth is yes. But you don't want to use two hands, because then one will be near the head, and that's just a very bad idea. Why do that? And anyway, people who do that, they're going to become terrified, and then the snake picks up on that, and they're going to get bit, because they reflect what you feel. But, yeah, you can sort of hold them if you're calm from the back part, and then, you just say a little Hail Mary beforehand. So, for example, you could maybe, you don't want to go up there, but you can go back here and hold him. As long as he sees you're cool with him, he's going to be cool with you. You want to just avoid this. So you look for a loop, like here he can't reach. I wouldn't go into that loop because he could reach. Not that he wants to, but here you could push it towards his head, in which case there's nothing they could do. Think about it. The head is here, and you go into a loop and you could push the head farther away. There's nothing they could do. Then you've made space for yourself. So yeah, there's ways of holding them, but why push it? It's a knife. I think it's a shoe. I mean, it was a lot sexier when it was a shoe. Let's stick with the shoe. Even if it's a knife, let's just stick with the shoe. And you can see how like their head is lower to the ground. Everything about them is just so different. And I'm just starting to appreciate how different. The thing is, they look like mole snakes, don't they? At least to most people, right? So people don't know, they pick it up and they're like, hey, it's a mole snake. But then they find out in the worst way, because they try to hold it behind the head, that it's not. I say, buddy, okay, you're okay. I know. See that sideways motion I just did? That's how they would strike. I'm looking. I haven't fed him yet. I'm looking. Have you ever been bitten by any venomous snakes? In 46 years, I got bit once, and it was last New Year's. That's how they sort of do that display. They push it down. At exactly 12. It was exactly 12. Not 12:01, exactly. When it was New Year's, I got bit by a snake named Cheese and a golden coral cobra. It was fine, it was nothing. People exaggerate their toxicity. And it's on video. You can look it up on YouTube. All right. So he's just curious. He's calming down a lot, you can see. I don't want to push it with him. I could. But what would be the point of that? What? So I could say how cool I am and he can be scared, That's also outside my realm of expertise. So I just, for now, want to observe him and come to understand him. The fangs are like this little blue. That makes perfect sense, actually. I still think the shoe is just cooler. I hate things that make sense. All right, so that's another thing. If you just go backwards with them, there's absolutely nothing they can do. I don't want to scare them, but just imagine I have him here. It's okay, buddy. You see, he's moving sideways just because he's scared. That's how he would defend himself. But if you did have him and went backwards, there's certainly nothing they can do. But why do that? There's just no point. In any case, guys, I gotta go. I'm sorry. I'm hungry. I just gotta go get something to eat. So I appreciate you coming. I'll come back on a little bit later. But I want something like a big fat Subway Hero or maybe chicken parmesan, something like that. So I'm gonna get something to eat because nothing else matters right now. But I'll be back. So I appreciate all you guys. Thank you for coming. Thank you for the comments and questions and clarifications. I hope everyone has a nice night and a good weekend. Take care, guys.